I see.
Alrighty, and yeah, we are live.
The light's good.
Sweet. All right. Welcome everybody to Brazil. It is raining. Wow. It is pouring.
I've been
This is
waiting
going to
for
be a
this.
proper Brazil race, I think. But welcome everybody to Brazil. Looks like we're going to be set for some legendary Interlagos racing here. This is one of the shortest tracks on the calendar, so it's going to be action packed. There's going to be overtakes. There's going to be blue flags, and now there's rain. So I'm sure we'll see some safety cars. Not a second to relax this track, so I'm excited. I'm here with I'm Karn Dog. I'm here with Rodri. How we doing?
Good, good. Did you just call yourself corn dog?
I might have. At this point, I'm not even for
I
sure. So
think I think Mini Tony might have influenced you quite a bit on the
yeah, a little bit.
the nickname.
I've been listening back on the stream, seeing, hearing him say it. So I might just have to change the name to Corn Dog at this point.
It's
But
a good
yeah,
nickname.
super excited to be here at Brazil. We saw the Tier Two race earlier. I guess you saw the Tier Two race. I I got to experience it firsthand.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, super exciting track. Brazil is just always a great race. I mean, we've seen things like Max Verstappen P17 to a podium in real life, and in the Tier Two race, we saw drivers come from P11 to podium, or not podium, but top five finishes and everything.
Mhm.
So it's gonna be interesting. I'm really excited to see what happens here.
Yeah, and in our past seasons, I think honestly one of the best races that we've had was in Brazil with this group actually. I think this was like in season two. Plenty of battles that can happen. It's, like you said, it's such a short track, and so like
Mm.
yeah, definitely opportunities for battles, especially with the pit stops. We see a lot of drivers run into traffic and having to fight their way back up. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this track, and especially now that it's raining. I think everybody knows how much I've been waiting, praying for the rain, and now it
Yeah,
comes.
it's about time. It is about time. I mean, we've talked about it, I think, every single stream. So it's pouring. Let's see what happens. Ooh,
We
man.
shall see. But yeah, we do have a full grid. I did want to give a little special shout out. We have a new driver, USS Haceras, I'm assuming is how it's pronounced, or Jace Das. I'll just call him
Haceres.
USS,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess.
USS. That
Yeah,
works for me.
I'm trying to think. Yeah. So yeah, he is a full-time driver in the Kick Sauber. So yeah, first time with us. His primary language is Spanish, so we do appreciate him trying to be comfortable with the group. So yeah,
Great.
definitely looking
Yeah,
forward to how he
welcome.
does.
I don't speak a lick of Spanish, but I believe that welcome is bienvenidos. Is that?
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Yay, there it
Yeah.
is.
We're
Welcome.
multilingual over here
Welcome.
in this league.
Yes, yes. Very excited. I believe you speak Spanish, correct?
I do, I do.
Sweet, sweet. So yeah, you'll have to give him some Spanish props throughout if we're ever spectating him or anything. So
Oh, I don't know about that.
we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Uh, well, I wanted to mention here too, as we see some drivers starting to put in laps, that this is a 4.3 kilometer track, which is about 2.7 miles. So it's one of the shorter ones on the calendar,
Mhm.
and it can really cause for traffic. It can cause for blue flags. It can cause definitely a lot of difficult, close racing, especially with the track being so skinny. So
Mhm.
we are going to see what happens. I'm super excited. It's also an anti-clockwise or counterclockwise, however you like to say it, uh, track. So it can be difficult.
Yeah, 100%. I think you mentioned a good point in regards to the blue flags, because we're obviously not calling drivers slow, but we do
Mm.
have our certain groups, right? There are groups in the front, in the mid pack, in the back, and while they battle it out, they might run into these blue flags, those in the front. So it's something to keep in mind on for some of these drivers. Definitely keep an eye on the mirrors on your track map if you have it on the full track map. Um, So yeah, so it is something to keep an eye on. And Toasty on the live chat, I did see that I put in tier two, so I will change that for Division 1. Don't worry. That will be done in a few seconds. But let's see.
Yeah, looks like we got some drivers opting to go full wets and others going intermediates. I guess we got to wait and see what's going to be quickest, because it looks like Escargo puts in a 122.9 on the inters, whereas Frozen's at a 121.1 on the wets. So tough to say this early.
Yeah,
looks like a couple other laps came in there with Kemma and John and DRS Maestro in second, fourth, and fifth. So laps are starting to come in here.
Yeah, definitely. And I honestly aren't really aware of the best lap times. Oh, Shotron taking, I think, a little bit too much grass there on that turn 1. In terms of the lap times in a wet qualifying session, I know a bit for the dry. So yeah, I do wonder how the best. Frozen is on
it's just
another
so hard to
planet,
say.
so yeah, Frozen's on another planet.
Yeah,
so I'm just gonna say that
yeah.
121 is a benchmark for that.
Right. It's so hard to say, especially in the rain. Everything is, I mean, one corner you could gain half a second, and the next corner you could lose half a second. So it's just so unpredictable.
Yeah, and I do wonder if it's going to be a dry race or a wet race, because you know obviously conditions change from qualifying to the race. We unfortunately don't have a weatherman on this group. So yeah, I am curious to know if you know if it is going to be a dry race, if they're opting to have a dry setup at the moment, trying to handle it out on this wet track. But so far they're doing well.
Yeah, keeping it together.
I will say you did quite well too in Tier 2.
Yeah, it was not bad. I was really expecting the rain. The forecast said that it was pretty likely. So I kind of set up for the rain and thinking I could gain an advantage there, and it never came. So, I mean, I can't complain too much, right? I finished in fourth place, but I felt like a podium was on the cards, and I got kind of shafted by the VSC, and then the pace wasn't great, but I was consistent enough that I was able to work my way to fourth. So, good result for me there.
Yeah, no, really good result, and hopefully we see you again soon on that group as MK7 Hitch. Wow, putting in a 120.7. So yeah,
and it looks like we missed Frozen's there too on the 120.3 there. He improved, but yeah, it looks like the wet and intermediates aren't too far off from each other. It's still hard to tell what's best.
And so I know you also have the Noasis Division 2 group on Wednesday. So speaking as a Noasis driver, are there any corners that you think are quite difficult, or something to?
Yeah. Well, honestly, Brazil is just tough in general. Obviously, Sector 2, all that windy part is extremely difficult because it's ideal to run a lower downforce setup so that you can get a lot of speed down the pit straight. So Sector 2 can just be super difficult with low wings. I didn't find it extremely difficult today because I did turn up my downforce just a little bit, expecting rain. So Sector 2 wasn't too bad for me today, but I would say Sector 2 and Turn 1. Turn 1 you have to master, because if you go too deep into Turn 1, it completely throws you off through the Senna S's, and you lose just so much pace through the S's and down the straight into that DRS zone. So it's just so important to get Turn 1. Honestly, braking earlier is probably going to be a better choice for the drivers than braking later through Turn 1.
Yeah, definitely, and especially since it's also a back-to-back DRS zone, right? So you want to get that good exit if you're tailing right behind the driver, and you go get that overtake done before Turn 4. I do want to say, Leader Leebag, your good friend from Noasis Division 2.
Oh yeah.
Mentioning on the live chat, your voice is like silk.
Well, thank you.
You're catching a few fans, eh?
Yeah. Well, you know what, Leader, I'm gonna use you as a reference one day if I ever make it to the big leagues or something. Start announcing the Formula One races or something. I'm using Leader as a reference to get a job.
I've been called that. My voice is like silk.
Yeah.
Oh man, I do see we have Moy Cooley starting a lap time, although he might have, That's an Alpine. That's either Kemma or Mini Tony, possibly looking to start a lap, or probably already on a lap. Yeah, looks like that was Kemma, who might have actually already been starting his lap, as his rival MK7 Hitch improving 118.8.
Yeah.
I will say
definitely the track is drying out a little bit, starting to improve
Yeah.
times here. So
Yeah, I was just about to say that too, and I also want to mention the championship is quite close for the top three at the moment. So, we have Kemma, who currently has 91 points. MK7 Hitch is only 6 points behind with 85 points. So these two,
yeah,
a little bit of tension between these two. I think starting last week in Japan, but we'll see how this race goes. There are still plenty of tracks left into the season, so.
Yeah, absolutely, and we love a little bit of a driver rivalry, right? As long as we keep it clean, everybody's nobody's insulting anybody, being too harsh, right? We love to see a little bit of a rivalry, so can't hate there. But yeah, you mentioned the championship. It's a great battle at the top, but obviously can't neglect to mention Fate. Obviously 40 points off now, but it only takes 1 or 2 results to get right back up in there, and he's an extremely talented driver, so could definitely see him making a push here in the next few races if he can get it down pat. And then can't forget to mention Mini Tony saying in the chat earlier to stop the count in 4th place in the championship.
And as you mentioned him, he's actually starting his lap at the moment. Funny enough, he was just mentioning that he wanted to start from the back because he was a little bit too nervous about turn 1.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, not the worst strategy here if the race is going to be rainy, because these are great drivers, but we've seen some carnage in turn 1, so we're going to find out.
Yeah, definitely. As Kyle putting in a provisional pole, 118.3. So a lot of times are just coming right on out, as Mini Tony struggling a little bit there, going off the track, and unfortunately invalidating. And you know what? I failed to mention, we have 2 new drivers here today. Elia Keen in 19th, also a new driver in the Aston Martin. I do apologize for forgetting him. But yeah, two new drivers here today debuting, so best of luck to them.
Very nice. Welcome to both.
Yeah, big welcome.
If I remember right on the last stream, you told me that your memory is that of a goldfish.
Yes.
So I don't know if you remember saying that.
I remember that.
Yeah, okay, good.
I am the worst, especially if I'm on the stream and then you ask me later in the race what happened, and I completely forget. I gotta look back at it.
Sometimes it's hard. We're kind of bouncing all over the place, looking for different action and whatnot. Ooh, Escargo with a great lap, putting it up at a 118.6. That is putting him in 2nd place behind Kyle. Great lap.
Really phenomenal lap times from these two. So we still only have 2 drivers who have yet to put in a lap time, Mini Tony and Elia.
Looks like Elia's on an out lap, so we will see. Might have went off there. No, it's Mini Tony, sorry.
Oh yeah, Mini Tony went off, unfortunately. Looks like he may have cut the corner a little bit too much there. Elia, I think, is starting their lap time. And so yeah, I am curious to know how they're going to fit in with this group. Their lap times, their time trials are actually pretty good, so I do think they will be finding quite a few battles in this group.
Yeah, that's great. It's always great to add quality drivers to the group. I mean, you can't deny that. And obviously, time trial times are a bit different from race times, obviously, because of the track, the tire temps and the track limitations and everything. But if you know how to drive it, you know how to drive it. You can't deny that. So we'll find out here. Hopefully we can see some nice battles. And as I was yapping away, looks like John improved. I'm sorry, are you calling him John or JJ?
I call him Joe.
Joe. All right.
Joe.
I guess there is no N in there.
Joe.
Huh? Joe. J-Joe.
No, that's an H.
Right.
That's an H.
Yeah, you're right. That's not an N. My poor vision. I wasn't blessed with nice eyeballs. But it looks like, let's say Joe. So it looks like Joe puts in a provisional pole there with a 117.8. Looks like the track is really starting to ramp up. So super excited to see what these times are on this last hot laps here coming up.
Yep, and we have MK7 Hitch, who I mentioned before is our championship second place, right?
Yep.
Putting in a lap time as he finishes up in Sector 2. And I do think Kemo is putting in a lap time as well, but he may have backed out of that when I took a quick glance wow, USS putting in a 116.4. So all the 16s coming out.
Yep, Moikuli and 16.3, 116.3 there. So provisional pull there now. 3 minutes left, so we're going to see some definitely fast laps. Now, I'm not sure if this is correct, but it looks like Kyle is out on softs. So he must know something that we don't. See if the track has enough grip for him to be able to put something in here.
Oh, you're absolutely right. So for some reason, the list is telling me he's on the intermediates, but yeah, you're absolutely right. He is currently on the soft tires. MK7 Hitch holding currently provisional pole. Mini Tony crossing the line, putting himself up into 5th.
Very nice, Mini Tony. Very nice.
Mister, I'm not going to qualify. Jeez.
Yeah, Mr. P20.
Yeah, I do think you are right that the track is drying out a lot more as DRS is now
DRS enabled. All right, let's see.
And I did see that someone asked on the live chat if our No Assist division drivers race with no racing line, and so they don't race with racing line. So yeah, full on no assist. Moikuli crossing the line at 115.3. All these drivers really trying to master, knowing every inch of the car, every limit to the car, and yeah, they always put on a really great show, I think.
Yeah, the no divisions is definitely a bit different because it is. Sorry, did I say no division? I meant no assist. But the no assist is definitely a bit different because you really need to understand the track to its fullest. You can't rely on braking zones, and it gets really hard when tires start degrading. Braking zone changes a little bit. Tires start locking up. You have to be in battle. It can be really difficult. So yeah, props to these drivers for putting in such good times, and it really looks like the track is ramping up here. We are seeing, it looks like, I want to say this is 7 seconds quicker than the start of the session. So it is ramping up for sure.
Actually.
And I'm riding on board now with Kyle. He's doing a run on the softs, and it looks like he's struggled a bit there on the softs. But he's still able to put in a pretty good time there with the 116.9, so that puts him up into 4th.
Yep, and Kemma is about to cross line for 114.8, so that puts him up there in the front row. Both championship rivals there, first and second. As we I do believe that is USS starting a lap as well. Ooh, it looks like he may have actually left this session, so let me see if I can get him back in.
Yeah. Let's see if I can keep an eye out. Now it looks like Autron is going to come here and cross the line in about a second. What does he do? Autron!
Oh, provisional pole, so
114.2. Wow. Great lap from Autron. Let's see what happens. Somebody improved. I didn't see who it was.
Yeah, I do see Moikuli finishing up on Sector 2. He's actually up by 4/10. Fate putting in a phenomenal time there, 113.3.
Now Armanson on the sauce. Yeah, it really looks like at the end of the session here that the sauce came into play. So we're seeing 112.3 from Kyle. What a great lap there.
I just had to let USS know that I had sent him another invite. I am on board here with Moikuli, who is almost 2 seconds up on his time. It's 1.8. So I'm curious to know what time he's able to put in. I think Kemma not able to go out for another lap, but Moikuli putting himself up into 6. And looks like that is going to be, wow, our qualifying sessions. Quite a dramatic ending, I will say.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It felt quick. I don't know about you, but that felt like that was a quick session.
It really did. It really did.
Great watch there. Yeah, and the time improvement is insane. So, if yeah, I can walk us through the top 20 here,
Go
the
right ahead.
starting grid
Yeah.
here. Yeah, so the clock is ticking. So with on pole, we have Dismal and Aston Martin with a 111.790. We Joe, JJ in the Haas in second. Freed finishes out the podium. We have I am gonna run out of time. But we have Freed in third. We have Kyle in fourth. The Yuppie in fifth. Sixth is gonna be Moy Cooley. Seventh, Fate. 8th, R. Manson. 9th, MK7 Hitch. 10th, Ultron. And 11th, it is Escargot. 12th, Kema. 13th, Seiyao. 14th, USS. And that is all I got on my screenshot. So we will finish out the last, I believe, the last 5 on the grid here once we load in. But your top 14. Now, interested to see what we'll do for tire strategies, and also interested to see how the drivers tweak their setups because it's looking dry now. Not sure if we can get a weatherman to update us on what we're going to be seeing throughout the race, but yeah, we have Moy Cooley starting in 6th and MK7 in 9th. We have Kema in 12th, so it's going to be some interesting movements throughout the field as we see drivers settle into their pace, and super excited to see the start of this one.
Yep, and actually, it looks like we did have a weatherman. So DRS Maestro coming in clutch, telling us that it's going to be a dry race. So yeah, I am curious to know how this is going to play out because, as we mentioned, Tier 2 had the virtual safety car. But of course, our Gnosis divisions, they run with a lot more higher damage. So, we already expect our drivers to know the limitations of the car, of the track. And so, yeah, keeping the car away from each other, hopefully. But
Yeah, and hopefully we can make it through turn 1.
yes, please.
I think everybody's talented enough and composed enough that we should make it through, but we will see. It's always hard to tell.
Let me just looks like USS is just asking about how to take control of the car. So let me just send him a quick message.
Yeah, so in terms of tires, this race, well, I found it to be a pretty easy, I guess I don't want to give away too much in terms of strategy, so I won't say too much there, but we'll see what racers do, what the drivers do in terms of their tire strategies, because there are multiple that work, and we'll see if anybody tries the reverse strategy or 2 stops. Safety car could definitely play a factor early as well, so definitely very interested. I feel like starting on the mediums is probably the best, the default choice, I should say. But it's not impossible to make it work on the hards. It's just on first lap you got to get the tires warmed up because they're straight out of the ice box. So yeah, getting the tires warm, making it through lap 1, no damage, and then just being consistent, conserving the battery, and yeah, pushing through the race. We'll see how the rains for qualifying affect our race pace, and I think the field is going to shuffle pretty drastically, so excited to see that.
Yeah, definitely. And I am just looking at the timer. It looks like USS left again, so I'm just trying to let him know how to join back.
Yeah, hopefully he can get back in the 14th, qualifying 14th, I believe, in their first race is pretty good, I would say, especially being in Division 1. And so definitely excited to see what they can do in terms of their pace. So hopefully we can get them back in.
Yep, definitely. And I have given them the ready up to set the timer down. So I'll leave it to you if you want to hype up turn 1 or any changes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm giving you the
I would love
reins
to.
after I did all the Tier 2 work.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's no formation lap here in the no assist division, so once we load through, we are going to be 5 lights and out. So super excited. Let's see what happens in turn 1.
Yep, definitely, definitely. I know the stewards are probably watching and holding their pearls.
4 lights, 5 lights. And away they go for the Brazil Grand Prix. We have Dismal. He takes a good start here, leading the pack down into turn 1. Everybody looks to have gotten through pretty cleanly. We're going through the Senna S's, lots of side-by-side. Looks like Frozen is Oh, somebody's gone off track.
Oh, yep, I saw the kick sour there, but it looks like they went back on track
Saved
quite
it.
safely.
Yep, re-entered safely, so.
Oh, and that is Kyle
Oh.
who... I think that was Kyle that lost the car, and that is going to take Fate to ride along with him.
Joe. Oh, man. That's so
Oh.
unfortunate. It looks like we might have a safety car from that.
And yeah, looks like we do.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think that was avoidable on any of their parts because I think Kyle just lost the rear
Yeah.
on that. Jeez. Oh, Fate just very unfortunate, just right behind him. My gosh, Joe, I don't know where he came from.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Like I was saying in qualifying, Fate being in third in the drivers only takes a couple of good results to get back into it. Unfortunately, sees the wall in lap 1 of this Grand Prix, so it's going to take some work for him to stay in the fight, but hopefully we can see more from him next week.
Yep,
So it looks like we are under safety car conditions, correct? Sorry, it doesn't tell me on my screen, but it looks like we're under safety car, correct?
Yep, it is. So, this is
Okay.
something to know as a commentator. So, when you see the little dot on the track map,
no dot.
yeah. So unfortunately, for some reason, the game doesn't now tell you if it's an actual full safety car. So we have to just tell by what appears on the track map.
Absolutely, gotcha. So it looks like here after turn 1 chaos that the grid has shuffled a bit. Dismal is keeping the lead, following the safety car, leading the pack, and behind it looks like Freed has moved up 1 position. Moikuli moving 3 positions up to 3rd, MK7 up to 4th. So like we said, up 6 positions to 6. So like we said, the pack definitely shifting, and some of your front runners in the championship have definitely moved up. It's going to be an interesting restart because the tires are now cold, and yeah, it can be difficult coming around the final corner and get without spinning it or anything. So it looks like from there, Autron is up 3 positions, Escargo up 3 positions, Armanson down to 9th, Frozen up 9 positions to 10th. So great start for them. And unfortunately, Kyle has lost 8 positions. So not sure exactly what happened there with Kyle, but he has dropped down to 12th place. So
Yeah, I was actually
definitely
looking at the
interesting
Discord
shuffle
chat. It looks like Kyle just lost the car on the curve. It just, yeah.
Mhm.
Usual things that happen in racing. It's very difficult. Like we mentioned, this is no assist.
Yeah.
And also the tire conditions, as you mentioned, tires are cold on the opening lap, and so it is definitely going to take effect with what happens in the race. I am looking at the tire strategy. So we had two drivers in the top 10 start on the hard compounds, MK7 Hitch and the Yuppie.
Mm-hmm.
Might work out for them well if there's another safety car in case.
Yeah, definitely. And well, with everybody being, with the safety car coming out so early, depending on tire degradation, there's the chance that if you can take the hards long enough, you could, do what I like to call the overcut strategy, right? So you're just staying out past the medium runners and hopefully keeping your lap times quick enough to push through. And then there's always the chance there, if you're on the hards, like for somebody like Apex, let's say in 14th, that if they stay out and there's a safety car in between when the medium runners pit and when they pit, that could be a big advantage. So it looks like the safety car is going to dive into the pits this lap. So we are going to get a restart Dismal is controlling the pace, so we'll see when he takes off. Waiting for it. Warming up the tires. And it looks like he's gunning it. Here we go. We're back underway after 3 laps under the safety car. Dismal gets us away.
Yep, and I saw a little bit of a switch around between the Yuppie and I think Kebma, but it looks like they rearranged themselves there. But Dismal doing a really good job to, first off in the first opening lap, to keep that lead, right? And now with the safety car restart, doing well to keep the pack right behind.
Yeah. Yeah, the top 3 are all within a second of each other. Obviously, just coming off the restart, so it's close. And I'm just definitely interested to see here what these top 3 can do and if Dismal can keep his lead and manage those tires out front. And I know that MK7 and the Yuppie are both on hards, so they are getting those tires fired up ASAP if they want to stay with those medium runners, because the mediums are going to start taking off here real soon. Looks like we're starting to get a little gap between MK7 and the Yuppie, so that could be partially to do with the tire temperatures for the Yuppie, and maybe MK7 might just be managing those a bit better.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm keeping an eye on Frozen, who has been on the move since the safety car restart, well, technically since the start of the race. He does have Kemma, and I think we have a couple of switch rounds happening in the front.
Yep. They got the move done on Freed through turn 1 there. The DRS is just so powerful down that straight, so yeah, it looks like he got it done.
Yep, and Kemma also getting the overtake done on the Yuppie. So yeah, as you mentioned with the tire differences, so Kemma with the 4-lap-old mediums, the Yuppie with the hard compounds, still going to take a little while for those to kick in.
Yeah, and it looks like MK7 is managing them pretty well, but it's hard to if it's just from the battling from the front 3 or if he's just managing those cold hards better. But if he can stick with that front pack on the mediums, once those mediums degrade, he's going to have more pace, and it could definitely pay off for MK7. So definitely something to think about for him. Let's see what other battles we have going on.
And so for your race, you started on the mediums, or did you start on the hard compounds?
Yeah, I started on the mediums, so this is funny because I actually was planning to start on the hards, but I didn't want the people around me to know I was going to start on the reverse strategy. So I had it clicked on like the medium strategy to start on the mediums, and I forgot to change it back to the hards before the start. So I ended up just having to go medium to hard strategy. But to be honest, in the end, it was probably a better idea to just start on the mediums for me. So I can't complain too much there. Yeah, it worked out.
It definitely worked out. And I did see MK7 Hitch got the overtake done on his teammate Free. There was a little bit of contact, but looks like no harm, no foul. So this is definitely going to help MK7 Hitch, considering he's currently on a much tire advantage here, right? But,
with the hards, yeah, at least not yet, but like soon. As soon as the mediums start to fall off, MK7, I assume, will start picking up some pace. So now MK7's got to stay within that DRS zone of Moikuli, and it looks like Moikuli might be getting close to Dismal here, and Dismal just stays in front, but he's going a little wide here into turn 1. Moikuli's got a great launch around the outside, and it looks like he's going to get this overtake done on Dismal. He's got DRS, and he's now got position. So Moikuli, great moves there through the first sector, and it looks like he's into the lead.
Yeah, nicely done from Moikuli, and right behind Frozen actually got the overtake done on Freed. So Frozen moving up how many positions? That's 15 positions there from the Ferrari there.
Yeah, you can definitely see the pace. Frozen, I have to admit, Frozen last week before the 2 race, I sent a message to him and was wondering how the heck he was so dang fast, and so he gave me a couple tips, and I guess they helped. Qualifying on pole last week in Suzuka.
I think we have another safety car, and I do believe that came out due to DRS Maestro. DRS Maestro with the Voldemort look. Just
Ah,
has the nose. Jeez.
yeah, that's unfortunate. Not sure what happened there. I don't know if you saw it.
Nope, not. I saw. I think it might have been a little bit of a spin. I just saw the yellow flags appear on the track map and the safety car
Yeah.
come out. But yeah, that
So it
did
looks
that.
like MK7 is gonna. Sorry, yeah. It looks like MK7 is gonna stay out here on the hards, and so is the Yuppie on the hards. So the medium runners look like they all kind of dove down to the into the pits to throw on the hards. This is gonna be very interesting because the hards, I don't know if they can do 28 laps. It's gonna be somebody's. I mean, I'm sure somebody will try it, but they're gonna definitely have to manage those tires. So
It's gonna be
this is
quite
going to be
quite an
interesting for
ask.
sure.
I do agree. Yeah.
Yeah. And it looks like the Red Bulls went on opposite strategies there with MK7 on the hard and Freed on the medium to start. So Freed is now switched to the hard, and obviously things switch around with the safety car, but it's looking like Freed is I want to say a net 5th or 6th place. So top 5 finishes definitely in the works for the Red Bull team, who are sitting second Constructors Championship right now. Just 32 points off of Alpine. So we'll see if they can get a good chunk of points here and keep the constructors close.
Yeah, definitely. As you mentioned, the oh, sorry. Looks like USS asked me for another invite. Sorry, let me just make sure he. There we go.
So good, all good.
Yeah,
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
in regards to the championship, so we have the Alpine, we have Minitoni and Kemma have done honestly a really great job. I think they've finished in the top 10. I think Minitoni just outside the top 10 last week, but still incredible points. 133 points for them. They do have the Red Bulls that are quite close behind, 32 points behind. That is MK7 Hitch and Freed. So yeah, as you mentioned, they're in a really good position here for today. But
Yeah,
anything could
absolutely.
happen.
And yeah, anything can happen. And the Alpine drivers are very strong. Obviously, the constructors throughout the season take shape, and it really shows you who the strongest pairings are. And excuse me, but it really shows you who the strongest pairings are, and it can expose who is really working together and as teammates, and who's like for themselves. You know, throughout the year, there's certain calls. You know, somebody's got a better track position, or they have a better chance in the championship for more points, and you need to be able to communicate. So, yeah, I feel like Minitoni and Kemma are a very good pairing there at Alpine to produce a lot of points for them, and it's going to be a very interesting constructors battle there at the top.
Yeah, definitely, and especially since our league's point system is from first all the way to last. So as long as you're crossing the line or finishing at least, I believe it was 95% of the race, um, just head down or try just finishing the race and try scoring those points, because we have seen in the past that just 1 point makes a difference, and so that's something to keep in mind for the drivers. Even if you're fighting in the front or in the back, that point can definitely make a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. And then with the winning driver scoring 37 points, and sometimes more if with the fastest lap points being available, a 32 gap can very, very quickly be changed just by a simple win from in this situation, a win from one of the Red Bulls. So it's just the scoring system makes for extremely fun viewing, and it's just super unpredictable. You never know what could happen from week to week.
Yep, definitely. And I do think we might be going around for one more lap. I see we do have the Aston Martin of Elia, who is still there in Sector 1. Although, as we mentioned, this track is very short, so it is quite easy to catch up pretty quickly. But I do think
especially through
going out for one
Sector
more
2, the field tends to bunch up just a little bit through Sector 2. Oh, safety car in this lap. All right. Let's see how much grip MK7 has. Coming up the hill here.
Sayo might be in a quite difficult position. 9-lap-old mediums. Trying to defend it.
Yeah, that's going to be tough for sure. But we've seen 2 safety cars already, so you never know. And it looks like MK7 hits it, and he is flying down the straight. Uppy, straight behind, both on 10-lap-old hards. Both are very steady through turn 1. Cold tires, so hopefully they can keep it together. And Seiya and Apex just running behind them, also on their 10-lap-old tires.
Yep, I wonder, we were just talking about the teammates, who's gonna, pull the call, let your teammate pass or what.
Fernando is faster than you.
Yeah. So, well, it looks like Sayo's holding out quite well.
Yeah, and if you don't mind me interrupting you real quick, Lee is right down the back of Apex right now, going side to side. They're coming through, and it looks like Moikuli's got position here. Can he keep it?
Oh, Dismal's gonna go right through it. So
And
Dismal
yes.
finding the gap and getting the overtake done on Apex.
Yeah, Apex must be struggling with tire temps there. Hopefully, once those fire up, he'll be able to stay on pace. Obviously, with them being 10 laps old, it'll be a little bit harder, but there's still life in those tires. So we'll see what Apex can do. Keep an eye on him.
Yep, definitely. It looks like he's in the middle of a battle here with Frozen. Frozen trying to get the overtake done on the outside. Actually manages to get it to stick. So Frozen moving himself up into 6. As we do have DRS now enabled, with a few drivers still quite close behind of each other, as I think Kema might be looking to get a move done on Apex, and looks like he is. So Apex kind of getting eaten alive here with the old tires there. Let's see, we do have Moikuli, who has managed to get around Sayo. I do see yellow flags, and that appears to be the Williams of Kyle there in Sector 2, dropping down a couple of positions down into 15. As it looks like Elia picking up a 3-second penalty here for multiple warnings. We do have Dismal going around on the outside, and it looks like he's going to get the overtake done, bringing it along Frozen as well. And can Frozen try going for the overtake done on Dismal? And it looks like Dismal's going to keep the position there. So nice battling happening all around. As it does look like Kyle retired in the pit lane.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know if you heard me earlier. I think I accidentally muted myself. But
okay, no problem. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, sorry. I was silent there for a second. It looks like Kyle had some front damage. Looked like both end plates were off there, and he was kind of limping around. So looks like he dove into the pits and retired from the race. Can't really blame him for that. It was a rough start to the race for him. So unfortunate.
Yep, unfortunate. Wishing him all the best in the next race if he wants to partake. It is going to be in Canada, which is going to be another tricky track.
Yeah, Canada's tough. It's one of those ones. So, honestly, the kind of all of the tracks this year are a bit difficult. I mean, they're definitely fun. Don't get me wrong. I feel that it's a great selection for of tracks, but they are definitely difficult. So drivers pushing themselves, and it's definitely going to show us who the top drivers are. So great track selections for great drivers. So it looks like MK7 is pulling out just a bit here from Moikuli with 2.7 seconds on him. Not sure if Moikuli potentially made a mistake or if it was just fighting through those battles to get up to second that put him a little bit off, but he seems to be closing the gap through every corner, so we'll see. And Frozen just on the back, keeping up on same aged tires, so that is going to be a good battle to watch as we go on.
Definitely. I think you were right. Moikuli was trying to get the overtake done on the Yuppie, and so I think that may have slowed him down just a little bit. But now he
Yeah,
does have clean air,
definitely.
so
Yeah, and want to see what Dismal does here because, yep, the closing speed. If you run out of battery, you're a sitting duck, and it looked like that might have been what happened there to the Yuppie. So the Dismal, but Dismal getting the overtake done there, coming through the Senna S's and putting the foot to the floor.
up and up ahead. Frozen getting the overtake
Yep.
done on Moikuli, moving
Ooh.
himself up into second. So now I'm curious. I'm definitely curious to know how the gap is going to close between MK7 Hitch and Frozen, because Frozen, we all know that he has quite the pace.
Yeah, he's quick. And it looks like they're catching him. We're gonna have to definitely see some defensive driving from MK7, or potentially slowing them up and diving into the pits to see if he can get mediums on to the end. We'll have to see what the thought process is here for MK7. And it looks like we had a little movement here with Apex and Mini Tony. So Mini Tony, I want to say getting overtaken by Apex. I didn't see the move happen though, so it's hard to say.
I do believe you're right. I do believe Apex got the overtake done on Mini Tony, as Mini Tony also has DRS Maestro right behind him.
And he also has DRS. It looks like he's going on the inside here. Mini Tony, ooh, can go latest on the brakes. Mini Tony's got the position. Oh, there's contact.
Oh, and I think DRS Maestro going a tad bit wide, and I think not expecting Mini Tony to having to slow down there, but Mini Tony looking for a 2-for-1 special there on both the McLarens. Nicely done by Mini Tony.
Yep. And it looks like Seiyao ran out of battery. And they're both going wide there, but looks like Seiyao ran out of battery there down the DRS straight, so lost positions to his teammate and to Mini Tony. Mini Tony definitely taking advantage of the positioning there. Great work from him.
Yeah, really great overtake there from Mini Tony. I did see that rear contact with DRS Maestro and Mini Tony. Looks like DRS Maestro now picking up another damage there, missing his left end play, I believe. Yeah, it's the left end play.
Yeah. It's hard to... Yep, looks like it. Man, that's going to cost him for sure. We'll see if potentially the damage isn't too bad, if he can stick it out. Only 8 laps on those mediums, and they'll need changed here at some point, so if he can see it out to the...
Sorry.
Oh, all good, all good.
Sorry, Freed went on the inside of the Yuppie. That was a little bit of minor contact between those two. Give me a heart attack.
Oh, I know it's real when you say when you hit us with the oi. I'm like, uh-oh, something going on.
But they love to stress me out. My goodness. But looks like Frozen has actually managed to close the gap there from behind of MK7 Hitch. So now less than a second.
Yeah, and Freed is pushing right on the tail of Dismal here. So Dismal's gonna have to find some time here.
And so I do believe we only have 2 drivers who have yet to pit, right? Actually 3, MK7 Hitch, the Yuppie, and Apex. USS, unfortunately, looks like he's not going to come back. He might be struggling a bit with his internet, but...
Yeah, and it looks like Frozen is going to get the overtake done on the inside of MK7 Hitch coming into turn 1 here. Yeah, MK7 pushing really hard on those older hards, doing a great job of keeping the pace, but it's just so difficult when tires are 7 laps older, so we'll see if he can stick it out and see when he decides to pit. It's going to be an interesting call.
He might be holding out for maybe another safety car.
Yeah, it looks like Dismal was able to keep the position from Freed, so I'm wondering, I missed it, but I'm wondering if he was able to deploy battery enough to stay in front and do some defensive driving there. Let's see. Yeah, I wanted to check in on the Yuppie on those 17-lap old hards, as well as Apex on the 17-lap old hards. It looks like they're kind of dropping a little bit, starting to struggle there.
Yeah, Just a little bit, although I think
gonna
Yuppie's doing
interesting.
well to kind of manage that pace, right? He is over a second behind of Kama, but he's keeping that pace of over 3 seconds ahead of Altron, so also possibly trying to manage those tires. As I do see yellow flags, and that might be here the Aston Martin of Elia, as we do have OG Freed and Dismal approaching soon.
And yep, looks like Freed got the overtake done. Dismal that in the DRS zone. See if he can keep it. Oh, he goes off track. Dismal's got a better exit. But yeah, Freed must use some battery there to stay ahead, and we're gonna go into sector 2 in this order. So good racing there from those guys.
Yep, and they do have blue flags.
Dismal
and...
cuts the corner.
Oh wow!
3 seconds in such a tight race like this, that could definitely play a factor. So we'll see. And looks like the penalties are starting to rain in. Mini Tony picking up one as well.
Yep, although Mini Tony has a comfortable gap ahead of Apex, but he is going to have to pit again, because those mediums are definitely not going to go all the way. Jeez.
Yeah, never doubt Mini Tony. He'll limp the car across the line if he has to.
He'll get out the car, he'll push it.
He'll push it. Yep. And it looks like Dismal's gonna get Freed back on the DRS straight into turn 1. Can he keep it tight? Yes, looks like it. The release gonna look like through the S's. Looks like Dismal's got the position, 4th position back from Freed. So great back and forth racing here from these guys. And up ahead just a little bit, it looks like Moikuli's kind of parked in just right behind MK7. I wonder if potentially he's trying to conserve a bit of tires, or if he's playing DRS games or something, but it looks like he's tucked in right behind MK7. So
it looks like, and Frozen doing an incredible job to increase the gap ahead of MK7. So using that younger tire difference to his advantage. Now extending it to over 2 seconds. So Frozen, a man on a mission, as I mentioned before, is having climbed up 18 positions now. But we still have plenty of battles going on, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely close all throughout the field. Looks like Apex may be getting close on DRS Maestro here coming down the straight. And I wanted to mention that in Freed's battling with Dismal, he's brought Kema into it. So Kema right on the back of Dismal and Freed. And it looks like Apex, it looks like Apex dives into the pits, but hits the line too fast, and he's going to get a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That's very unfortunate, already being on 20-lap old hards, missing the safety car pit stop, so going to lose a lot of positions there.
Yeah, very unfortunate there for Apex. I'm just keeping an eye on here between Freed, Dismal, and Kema. I think these three have been in a battle for quite a number of laps, right?
Yeah,
and
it's been a quite a long battle, and now, Kema's right on the back of it, so interesting. And it looks like MK7 is staying out again on those 20-lap old hards, now 21-lap old hards, so he seems to be managing them pretty well, even with Moikuli rushing him from the back with 7-lap younger tires. We'll see what happens here down this DRS straight.
Yeah, it looks like Moikuli not using the battery to really just try getting close. Might be just using him as a bit of a pull as well with the DRS.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, just maybe conserving. This might be tactical for Moikuli. I'm wondering if he's trying to push those hards to the end. I don't know the stress limit of the hards. I don't know the maximum of laps they can go, but I have a little feeling that Moikuli might be testing that for us.
He's daring MK7 to go all the way with them. My goodness. Yeah, 21 laps.
Yeah, 21 is going to be just 21
that'd be
plus,
a high percentage.
14, yeah, that's nuts. But there's a chance Moikuli may be able to get it done. It just depends on the tire dag. So yeah, it looks like he's just using MK7 here as a nice little tow to keep his battery going and keep his tires fresh. So
yeah, Moikuli, 9 seconds ahead of Freed. So yeah, think he's comfortable in where he's at. I think at the moment. Meanwhile, Freed is still having a
Yeah.
battle with Dismal. Oh, and it looks like we do
Yeah,
have.
this battle for fourth, and yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Elia actually retired in the pit lane, but yeah, you were saying with the battle over here.
Yeah, battle for fourth is very interesting. It looks like Dismal got the overtake done on the inside through the DRS zone. They're gonna come down close into Ferradura. Yep, it looks like Dismal's gonna stay in front. Kemma still right on the back, just watching it with his popcorn, so waiting for his chance.
Yeah,
And
just
while all this is happening, can't ignore that Autron is gaining a bit on the back of that pack as well, so we could have a four-way fight at some point if things work out.
yeah, possibly because yeah, he sees them in his sight, and it looks like MK7 Hitch actually just dives into the pit lane now, switching out of those 23 lap old hard compounds. Jeez.
Yeah, that is intense. But I felt like he kept pretty good pace. Obviously, it's hard to say without seeing the numbers. And yeah, it looks like, Dismal dives down to the pits as well as Autron. So those 16-lap old hards, they're getting rid of them. Looks like they're going to switch over to some mediums and push the mediums to the end. So
Yeah, so I did want to take a quick look at the penalties that we Freed. I've been watching Freed for the past couple of laps, and he's struggling a little bit in turn 4, where he goes wide, either wide or off track. Of course, as we mentioned, this is no racing line, so it is very tricky. But I wonder when he's gonna get a little bit comfortable right on that corner. But he's doing really, really well to remain ahead of Kemma. But I was gonna mention regarding the penalties. So we do have 3 drivers with the 3-second penalties. That's Smitty, Tony, Dismal, and BDD, and only 1 driver with the 10-second penalty, Apex. So drivers being cautious over here on this track, as we do see Kemma looking to get the overtake done on Freed.
Yep, on the outside.
And I should probably stop reading the penalties because Apex now picking up a 3-second penalty. And so, in this race, is there anybody that has stood out to you a little bit, performance-wise, racecraft-wise?
Yeah, let me real quick get up my position changes here. So, well, I think the obvious one is got to be Frozen. I mean, starting in 18th place and now leading the race with 11 to go is quite impressive. Kemma up 9 positions, Moikuli up 4, Mini Tony up 9. Great race from him. Some great performances here, but I feel like it's got to go to Frozen with the 18th to 1st at the moment. So, obviously there's voting for this, but for me, Frozen's my top driver so far. And it looks like Freed dives down into the pits, so wasn't able to keep going with Kemma. It looks like he might be trying to get Kemma on a bit of an undercut here. This is going to be interesting because we're going to have some fresh tires. Matching up with some very, very, very worn tires with 18-plus lap old hards. So, Mini Tony's still out 18 laps on those mediums.
I was just about to say that. 18 lap old mediums. Jeez.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna have to ask him how those tires are feeling, but looks like Freed is gonna come out ahead of Autron and right behind of Armanson. As I think we do have yellow flags, and that might be BDD there in Sector 2. And Freed going to have to show lots of patience as he tails behind of Armanson. He's just sniffing that gearbox. Trying to look for that opening.
It's very hard to overtake there in Sector 2, so just got to be patient. Give that section a let the tires warm up in that section and get him down the DRS pit straight here. Move forward from there, but overtaking Armanson is no easy task. Armanson is a very good defensive driver, so yep, but it looks like the DRS and the tire advantage is going to just be too much for him. So
Oh, and Ultron
Didn't fight
coming
it too
around on
much.
the outside. Oh, and there was a little bit of
Oh,
contact there
oh,
between
little
Ultron
contact.
and Freed. And it looks like that slowed down Armanson as well, so...
Yeah, and it looks like we got, I mean, 8th through 10th, those 4 drivers, or 3 drivers are all right up on each other, so it is good racing here, and want to check in with MK7 Hitch here. So even after that long stint and not pitting under the safety cars, comes out in 4th place on 3-lap-old mediums. So let's see what his interval is to the leader. 18 seconds with 8 to go, 9 to go. So this is going to be interesting to see how much pace that MK7 Hitch can get out of those tires. He's got to be pushing for as hard as he can to the end if he wants any chance of catching the leaders. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. And it looks like Mini Tony finally dives down to the pits to get rid of those horribly old mediums. Very impressive how he was even able to stay out that long. Oh, and he opts for softs. Oh, okay. I
Possibly
like this.
looking
This is
for
very
the
aggressive.
fastest lap.
Yeah, and it's there. It's there. It's possible. If he can get up into that top 10. Oh, having a little issue getting out of the pit lane there for Mini Tony, but if he can get up into that top 10, set a fastest lap on those soft tires, could potentially pay off for him. 8 laps might be a bit difficult, but we'll see.
Yep, we will see. I did see we saw a couple of penalties come out, so Ultron now picking up a 3-second penalty, so that is going to possibly hurt him as he does have the Yuppie right on him. As MK7 Hitch manages to get the overtake done on Kemma, so those 4-lap-old mediums feeling quite well compared to Kemma's 21-lap-old hard compounds.
Yeah, and he caught Kemma very quickly there on those mediums, so you can tell that the hards are definitely struggling. MK7 Hitch is going to have 7, I mean, by the end he'll have 12 laps on those mediums, so he can pretty much push those things as hard as he wants. And yeah, it looks like the gap to the leader is down to 17.6 or so. It'll be tough, but it's possible to get in contention with these guys.
Yeah, definitely. And in Tier 2, we actually saw Omama Smith. He closed the gap. He closed it from 10, I think almost 10 seconds to 5, if I'm not mistaken, or 3. So it is possible, I think, for MK7 Hitch to close that gap. He's now 10 seconds now behind Amoy Cooley.
Yep, and got it down to 16.8, so those tires definitely playing to his advantage. And I don't know, I think we might have missed that one, but it looks like DRS Maestro got through on Apex, and Apex almost lost it there. Sorry, I know it's a bit weird because I'm looking at my screen and
no, you're good. You're good.
A bit
it's
different,
good. It's
but
nice
yeah,
to hear what's happening all around.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep everybody, try to keep it all going. Can't always see everything, but at least we can hear what's happening throughout. But yeah, it looked like DRS Maestro got that overtake done on Apex, and he's kind of taken off down the road. So, it just looks a little bit like Apex has struggled for pace. I wonder if he set up for the rain potentially, or just wasn't super confident in the track. But looks like staying consistent, but struggling a bit for pace there. So.
Yeah, definitely. And I did see we had our Manson pit as well, now opting for the soft tires. Oh yeah, and the Escargot with a little bit of a lockup right there. Jeez.
Yeah, that'll hurt him, but
yeah, it's gonna hurt those tires. Jeez.
Yeah, and sorry, I was gonna mention too that Escargot was mentioning in the chat that he was struggling a bit with his brakes. I can't remember what they're called, the M booster brakes. Said he was struggling a bit with getting those calibrated the right way, so I was asking for some help there. So I wonder if that has anything to do with potentially the braking troubles he might be having a bit, but something to mention there. So sorry, you were about to say something if you can remember.
No, yeah, yeah. If I can remember, that's hilarious. Yes, I actually did remember. Yeah, no, I was gonna mention the fastest
Very
lap. So
nice.
MK7 Hitch is holding the fastest lap, 109.8. In a good position to get those extra 2 points. I was looking at Mini Tonys and our Mansons, so it looks like they haven't improved yet to try stealing that away, even with the soft tires. Mini Tony closest at 110.7. Uh,
Mm.
so yeah, MK7 Hitch with a possibility for an extra 2 points there.
Yeah, that could be a big 2 points in the championship. I mean, any points is important, but a podium and a fastest lap are very, that's a good points tally, especially with how chaotic the beginning of the race was. So
Yeah, and I will say, it looks like all the gaps have opened up quite a bit. So
yeah,
still looking at the delta there from MK7 Hitch and Moikuli. So it looks like MK7 Hitch cutting it
yeah,
down to almost 6 seconds.
yep. And looks like MK7's about 14.8 off of Frozen in the lead. So 4 laps, 14 seconds can be really hard to make up. And it looks like Frozen and Moikuli are keeping pretty good pace on those extremely old hard tires. I mean, if you look at those tires, you can see the graining. So they are doing some great drive, staying out so long on that on these tires. But props to them for that.
Yeah, we'll see at the end of the race whose tire has popped.
Yeah, that's a possibility. We'll never know. We
But
might know.
looks like we do have Apex who has pit now, switching out of those 11 lap old mediums. Curious to know what he's going to switch over to. And looks like, yeah, switching over to the soft now.
Yeah, Apex switching to the softs. I wonder if, I mean, that fastest lap points wouldn't apply to Apex in 14th, but obviously you never know with penalties and somebody might crash or this or that. You never know. So we'll see. And then also just taking that fastest lap, those fastest lap points off of the leaders is somewhat strategic as well. So we'll see what the thought process is.
Yep,
Oh.
definitely. And I did see that we had a kick Sauber on the grass. Looks like that might have been BDD getting out the way of the leaders, which we do appreciate. Picking up a 10-second penalty for exceeding track limits. Very unfortunate for him there. But you did mention the penalties, so I was taking a quick look at who was closest, and looks like everybody has managed to kind of push out their rival there away from the penalty gap. The Yuppie somewhat the closest, 3.1, trying to close it down to those 3-second penalty gap there on Atron. But Mini Tony doing well to stay ahead of DRS Maestro, over 4 seconds there. Dismal over 5 seconds ahead of Freed.
Yeah, Freed can close that gap, but it's not looking super likely. In fact, it's looking more likely that Atron might be able to get an overtake done here on Freed, even though he's got that 3 seconds. It might not do anything. Finishing on track, appeals, you never know. So track position can still be important. But yeah, it looks like Atron's got the battery on. He's got the DRS open. Let's see what he does here. He takes the optimal racing line around the outside. Oh, they both go deep. Oh, Atron touches the grass. He's just in front. What's going to happen? And it looks like Atron got the move done. Oh, man, that was a great move there from Atron. Very risky with the tire on the grass, but was able to get away unscathed. So very nice from Atron on the 10-lap-old hards. Obviously has the 3-second penalty, so it may not matter, but could be important if there's appeals and whatnot. So.
Yep, definitely. You never know if the drivers can appeal it, unless they're possibly trying to avoid a collision, or just, as we know how EA tends to be, it gives like a double warning for cutting a corner. So yeah, you don't know if Atron can appeal it. So still really good show there that Atron is showcasing.
Yeah, 100%. And looks like on our 35th lap of 36. The field is pretty spread, other than Freed coming up the back of Atron here, but he's not going to have enough to get it done. There's lap. So if he can keep it close throughout the middle sector and conserve some battery, there's a chance, but it's going to be tough. But yeah, the field is pretty open here on this last lap. We have definitely some crazy different tire strategies because of the cars, so that is very interesting. But it's been a great race so far. A great watching Frozen from 18th to 1st. Other position changes like four positions up to 2nd. MK7 Hitch with a very encouraging drive. Doing an incredible stint on those hard tires. And it looks like Autron
a little bit of a lock up there, yeah. Yeah, I think the top 4 drivers are really putting in some moves this race.
Yeah, for sure. It was looking a little It was looking a little nervy there at the beginning, especially for a driver such like Kema, starting down in looks like 12th place that he started in. So, being a leader in the championship, don't want to lose any unnecessary points. But I feel like a 4th place is a pretty good result, mentioning the starting position and all the chaos that happened. So if he can stick it out in 4th place, it'll be a good enough finish. I would say a championship contending finish to be able to stick it out, perform as well as he did. And it looks like over the line we have Frozen winning the Brazilian Grand Prix for Division 1. Just a couple seconds behind, we have Moikuli coming in through 2nd, MK7 Hitch in 3rd to finish out the podium. And behind him in 4th place is going to be Kema. A great drive from those top 4 drivers, and a great finish there at the top. Dismal coming through now in 5th, and that is the top 5. So
yeah, nicely done. And Freed might actually take away the position here from Autron, remaining right close behind. It looks like he is. So Freed finishing up in 6th. A little bit of swap around between those two, and I think that is going to be our race results. I do want to mention Frozen putting on the Discord chat that his right rear tire popped right before the line.
Oh, wow.
Man, I would be panicking if there was still one lap left.
That is to the limit. Very, very impressive to even keep those tires. I wonder how Moikuli's tires are doing as well, because Moikuli also went about 25 or almost 26 laps on those hards. So, wow. What a great race from everybody. Chaotic as Brazil usually is. Can't complain there. Love to see it.
Yep, definitely. Honestly, a lot of great battles. A couple of things that gave us gave me a little bit of a heart attack. But I think this group always shows great battling, great championship battles that keep us, on our toes all the way until the end of the season. But would you like to go over the final grid?
Yeah, 100%. So let me get my game to load here.
Try beating the timer.
Okay, so your winner. Yeah. So your winner for the Brazilian Grand Prix in 1st place is going to be Frozen. In 2nd place, Moikuli, and finishing out the podium is MK7 Hitch. Great drive from all 3 of those drivers. Love to see it. In 4th place, your championship leader at the moment is Kema. In 5th place, Dismal started on pole, dropped to 5th. Still a great drive. Love to see it. Freed in 6th gave Dismal and Autron Kema trouble the whole time. We got Autron 7th, the Yuppie in 8th, Seiyao in 9th, Mini Tony in 10th, Armanston in 11th, Escargo 12th, DRS 13th, Apex 14th, and I missed 15th. And from there we had the DNFs. So great job from all the drivers. I'm sorry. Did you happen to catch 15th?
Yeah, so 15 was BDD, I think. So the other kicked, however, unfortunately, since he was unable to return back into the race in the starting lap, and his AI drove, so he won't be included in the race results. So BDD will, I think it was BD who finished in 15. Actually, no, 15. Yeah, 15. But yeah, still some really good points for those drivers.
Yeah, for sure. Finishing the race is the most important, because, like we say, there's points for anybody who finishes, right? So, for BDD, just great to finish the race, and Great to see them every week, just getting better and better. So love to see that. But yeah, great race. Crazy things happen. 2 safety cars, 18th to first place win
Hmm.
from Frozen. Uh, we saw 24 laps on the same hard tires. I mean, we saw front wings out. We saw Voldemort. We saw DNF. So quite a race from Division One. I'm so happy I got to commentate that one. So thanks for
Yeah,
having me.
no, of course we love have. Honestly, I love having co-commentators. If you want to ever just commentate on your own, that's perfectly fine as well. I'm honestly looking
Oh
forward
yeah,
to Wednesday too, with our Gnosis Division 2 group with you
yeah.
guys, which we'll see you once again on the track. Um, I will say, hopefully they don't bring out 2 safety cars, but we will see. But honestly,
Yeah,
really
yeah,
great race, and I'm actually very happy that we had the wet qualifying session, even if it was just for the qualifying session. At least we had that. But I
yeah.
also did want
Definitely
to
made for a
mention,
very interesting sessions.
yeah, definitely, definitely, and I also did want to mention MK7 Hitch also with the fastest lap, so the extra 2 points there for him. But yeah, honestly, really great race. We'll be back for our next race, week 5 in Canada, Montreal, Canada. Very, very tricky track, especially with Gnosis, but we have seen in the past some really good battles there as well, so I can't wait for that. But yeah, big congratulations to our podium runners, and big thanks to you all as well for joining in on the commentators booth. As Leader Bag mentioned, I think a lot of people are going to agree that your voice is like silk. But
Well, thank you. Thank you
yeah.
very much.
But any last words from you before I end the stream? Or you're good.
Yeah, I mean, just thanks. No, yeah, just thanks for joining us. It was definitely a fun race, like I mentioned. I'm super excited to be back in Canada, be out in Canada. I'm excited for the Division 2 race on Wednesday. If you got time, come check that one out because that division's always quite wild with differing abilities in terms of the drivers, but everybody is excited. You know, it's a fun division to watch. So excited for Division 2 on Wednesday. Excited for Canada next week. And my final thing, I might have to get on here with Leader Leebag at some point because his commentary was very energetic, and I think we need
You know what?
a
I
little
don't
bit
mind
of.
that.
I think, yeah, I think we need a little bit of my my silk voice with Leader Leebag's energy. I think that might be a pretty good balance. So maybe at some point I can hop on with you and Leader. So we'll
You
never
know,
know. We'll
I
see.
just might give it to just both of you. No,
Yeah,
I love Leader
we'll give you a
Leebag. Yeah,
break, man.
he's no, and funny enough, I was telling Mini Tony, Leader Leebag last week was calm. I've heard him yelling and everything before in the past. So I'm
Oh
waiting for that
man,
kind of Leader Leebag to show.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I told him last minute last week, so I think he was a little bit unready for it. But no, he did an amazing job last week, and hopefully
Yeah,
we
and
have him on
that
again.
that was my yeah. Yeah, that was my fault there. I was supposed to commentate last week, but I had a little bit of issue. So shout out to Leader Leebag for hopping in for me, and of course everybody who works commentary. It can be difficult, but we all do a good job. So I appreciate all of your hard work. Appreciate all the drivers' hard work, and that is all I have for this one. So thanks.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, big congratulations to the drivers. Big thanks to the yeah, to all our viewers who are always online watching us. Uh, Catch us on the next stream. Make sure you give us a like and subscribe. You'll If you subscribe, you'll get the notification when we're live. And yeah, definitely big thanks to everybody once again. But everybody have a good night, good evening, good morning, wherever you're watching from, and we'll catch you guys on the next race.